speak truth. The best thing you can do for me is be true to you. Talk mindfully, talk silently, not violently. Though make sure your words are sung in the right key.
A letter to my mentors. Malcolm said a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. They didn't tell you who he said. I do not expect the white media to create positive black images. Or they're afraid priest. You can kill a revolutionary, but you can never kill the revolution. But they were sure to tell us about Dr. King's I Had a Dream speech. A letter to my people. Get up, nigga. Let me holler at you real quick. First of all, I'ma let you know that y'all really missed. And probably never gonna be anybody better, real shit. All through my life, y'all inspire me, dawg. The way y'all died, I really cried. I really wanna set fires for real for the way they killing lives. Say, really gonna be through it, just like you. Police hate me, the government officials, they hate me too. People compare me to y'all, but I never asked for that glory. But I do feel like we one of a kind with similar stories. They call this movement shit the new get rich or die lying wannabe wankster shit. William O'Neill's and L. Sharpton's, this farce of a movement. Half these activists wouldn't even make it if y'all was still alive. Dudes y'all used to march with, they blew up for real. That boy Bobby Rush, he eating, but ain't nowhere near Bill. They killed John Lewis and gave him a postage stamp. Say Huey, when I hear you preach to him, I wish that you was alive. Malcolm, they charged me with fake crimes and maced me in my cell, and still I'm alive and get high every day, LOL. When I fail, freedom or jail, heaven or hell, wish me well. When I fail, freedom or jail, heaven or hell.
I offer this poem to my melanated friends and family. Racists say you are lazy or crazy, stupid and incapable. Fuck them. To try to correct them is damn near impossible, but believe in your worth. You know it's true that the whole race of humans began with Eve, who looked just like you. Don't let them say they will give more rights. They can't give you something that is already yours just by you being you. Build your empire. Build your generational wealth. Under the radar, you'll continue to grow, not in corporate settings designed to continue to set you back, but in your own entrepreneurial realms. Rise, flourish, shine, and new generations will be hopeful by seeing you, their strong and successful role model.
I mean, the red, white, and blue is for us. We made this country, we built this country, and the red, white, and blue for the Juneteenth flag was specifically chosen because we are Americans too. We are the original Americans. The indigenous people are the original Americans, but we mixed with them. We are just as much American as Europeans that settled here, and it's part of why those colors are in the flag. Like, we're Americans too, are we not?
Right? Oh no, we're American. Oh, we are.
But so the black, green, and red is definitely a flag that we should rep and wear. By all means, any day of the year. We can wear the Pan-African flag and tout that flag any day of the year. Actually, matter of fact, I have one flying from my wall every day. But for Juneteenth, that's not what that flag is for. You can fly the Pan-African flag any other day of the year because it's for Pan-Africanism. The Juneteenth flag is specifically for today, and it's specifically to commemorate the day that enslaved people, quote-unquote enslaved people, were quote-unquote free from Galveston, Texas, which was the last place that people were still being enslaved. 2 years after President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which was supposed to, on paper, free the enslaved. He didn't want to necessarily free slaves. And in fact, he gave incentives to slave states to join the Union so that he could keep the country together. Like, if he could keep the country together by keeping slavery, he would have did that. He only abolished slavery, quote unquote, so that he can try and keep the country together, or persuade these southern states to join the Union.
That's significant.
And some did.
To black people, right? But today, see, the problem isn't, and I don't care if people want to get frustrated, but we got to start separating.
Yep.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because it can't, that's
different
part of the problem.
And we could be Pan-African and Black American. We could be both.
But
we are both.
Right. But there's got to be, I'm just going to take it, I'll just whatever, but is that the Pan-African flag was created in 1920 with support of Marcus Garvey, who was the founder of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, in response to a racially derogatory song and the realization that every race has a flag but the blacks.
When you know better, you do better, right? When you find out, or someone is telling you or informing you on what Juneteenth is, what the origins are, what the significance of the flag and the colors and the backstory is, you get informed and you do better.
Because I really didn't even, that was something that I didn't even look up. Strawberries and watermelon.
You know what's crazy? Like, no one taught me any of this. I did my research, bro. Right. I wanted to know what Juneteenth was about. I've heard of Juneteenth growing up, but my family never celebrated it. I always looked up history because I was fascinated about history growing up, but my family didn't celebrate it. It wasn't until 2020 that I took it upon myself to dive into learning about Juneteenth. I took it upon myself. Not everyone is me. I get that.
Right. Because I took it upon myself.
But my point is that when I went to research it, I went on Google, bro, and all the information was right there.
Right.
Red cake, watermelon, the flag, all the information I needed was right there. All it takes, y'all, is 2 seconds to get you on your phone every day watching videos, people twerking and playing games and doing dumb, stupid challenges and shit. But you can't go and you'll be the first person to show up at the Juneteenth event to eat food and dance to, no offense to you, Bobby Brown, because this is on the top of my head. But you can't go on your same phone that you looked up at that event at to look up what Juneteenth actually means. Please tell me how that makes any motherfucking sense. I'll wait. Educating is not popular, but I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to preach the gospel. I'm here to tell the truth, the motherfucking truth, and the whole truth. I'm here to spit the facts. I'm here to educate, and I'm here to put out history. I don't care if it's not popular. I don't care about the views and likes. It's out there. And if you want to learn, boop, you can check the link. Boop, you can go on Google and check your goddamn self.
Certain products are that they're supporting us. No, what you're doing is supporting capitalism.
And you're supporting white people that are capitalizing off
off black people. Right. There ain't no that's what I don't understand.
So in essence, what you're doing is helping to perpetuate the same ills that we're claiming we want to get away from. What you're doing is actually contributing to the same system that harmonizes, demonizes, criminalizes, and kills us on a regular basis. You also talked about the Juneteenth flag being fairly new. It is fairly new.
It is.
So is Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa came out in the 70s. These things are fairly new because black people weren't able to participate in the capitalist system in the sense of being able to contribute and being able to claim and have these things, right?
Right.
Were we able to have a Juneteenth flag in 1865, in 1867, in 1872? if there was one, it would have had to been kept secret.
Right. Right.
The 90s were a point of immense growth and cultural appreciation for Black people at that time frame. So there was a big sense of pride. You got a tons of, like, come on, you got your Aishas and your Javantes, mainly come from the 90s because of sense of pride of people having this sense of pride in Africanism and pride in Blackness, right?
Right.
So during that time, you had people. That's why during that time you had the flag made. It doesn't make it any less significant because it was made in 1997. Just like Kwanzaa isn't any less significant just because it was made in the 70s. Right. Significant to Black American culture, descendants of the enslaved, is significant to us because it is things for us that we created for us. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have anything. And we have history on these shores of America. We are African Americans. We have history here that we should be proud of and proud to commemorate. There's triumph in that struggle that we should be commemorating and holding true to ourselves and talking about. American enslavement. We came from atrocities, we came from turmoil, but also we came from triumph because we're still here. Our bloodlines are still here. We survived and we're still doing what we can to thrive. That to me speaks to the heart of what Juneteenth is and is about.